Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk about creation. So there's many of us in the spiritual community that believe that we are here because God created us in this world. And I'm not trying to debate that. In this video, I want to talk a little bit more on the topic of how we create our own reality. So there's many of us that are creating the life that we don't want. We often are doing this without realizing that we're powerful creators, that we are creating something that we don't want, and this requires quite a bit of talent. So when we hear people that they're unhappy in their life and in their relationship or at their current job, we should ask ourselves, why did I get myself into this? And of course, there's not simply just one answer to this, but we could say that one of the reasons is that this is what we believe we deserve. And if this is the case, I think it's safe to say that we have low self-esteem and we have low self-worth. And there's psychology to back this idea, as they have studied something that's relevant to this. So we have somebody that has always attracted abusive partners. And then we bring in this person to look at a lineup of individuals. And among this lineup, there is one individual that is abusive. So this individual who has always attracted abusers will pick the abusers in the lineup. And they don't even know anything about this abusive individual. They never even said a word to each other. So what does this tell us? Now, we can see this as a totally pessimistic way and say that, well, once you fall down, you remain there, and this becomes your destiny because you've made a bad decision. But is there another way to see this maybe in a more positive light? That this pattern of picking abusive partners is trying to get our attention. These choices, or another way of saying this, is this creation that we're creating in our life is showing us where we're not well. That this person who picks abusers is obviously suffering at the hands of the abuser, and this is showing us where our wounds are. Perhaps because we're trying to make ourselves realize that we are the one that picked the abuser at the very beginning. And this is my view on this. So we created this experience. And if we created this experience, this means that we can create something totally different. But in order to create something totally different, we have to address why we keep on creating situations where we would be abused. There's obviously a self-esteem issue, and because of this, we self-sabotage. So we are creating what we think we deserve. So this, for me, is obviously showing me that healing is needed. But first, we need to be aware that we are the ones that are creating this, and there are patterns that we keep on repeating. So perhaps the best thing here is to have a desire to change your life. And I guess for me, when it came to me making a radical change in my life, I said that this is not a way to live. And I honestly believe that once we say this, we are bound to make a very drastic change in our life. You see, we are powerful creators. We create what we think we deserve. And if we can change how we feel about ourselves, we will create something totally different. And we cannot solve the problems with the same thinking that created the problems at the first place. So if we have any hope in creating something different, we must change how we think. So I think that it is essential for us to notice, first of all, that this is a pattern. And we need to realize that patterns can be broken. But a pattern is something that we are deciding to continue for whatever reason. And I said that self-esteem was obviously an issue. And in most cases, obviously, it is the case. But this is not the single reason why we are creating this. I'm not going to get into what other reasons. I think it's a good idea for us to figure that out ourselves, what's going on inside of ourselves, that we are creating something that we don't want. And again, if we're able to create something that we don't want, doesn't that mean that we can create what we do want? And if we get in touch with what we do really want, then we can start creating what we really feel that is worthwhile. So what about you? Are there any situations, perhaps a relationship, your job, that you're not happy at? And if so, why are you there? Why did you decide to get involved in something like this? And I think it's very important to ask questions here. As once that we ask a question, we become open for an answer. So yeah, we're powerful creators. What are you going to create today? I hope you create the dream life that you always have wanted, because I do believe that you deserve it. I believe that you're worthy. I believe that you're capable. And sometimes all it takes is somebody to believe in you when you don't, in order to get the ball rolling. So if this is the case for you, I know that you can create a wonderful life for yourself. So if you have anything to comment, please comment. If you like this video, obviously hit the like button. And what do you think? How can you drastically change your life?